Hey there, guitar geeks and Beatles fans. Going to do a lesson today on I Me Mine from the Let It Be album. The primary chords used in this song are an A minor, a D, a D7, a G, an A minor, a E minor rather. So if you're not familiar with those chord shapes, you should familiarize yourself with them and then come back to this lesson. There's also a couple of riffs and so forth. So, I'm going to take this one right from the beginning and break it down part by part. Alright, so that bit starts on an A chord. Nothing too tricky there. And we go to a hammer on the D string from 5 to 7. And then a hammer on the G string 5 to 7. So you got... And then a slide on the G string from 7 to 9. Then you're going to go on the B string from 8 to 10. And then on the E string from 8 to 10. And then you're going to bend the E string on 10 up about a half step. And then you're going to pull off on the E string from 10 to 8, landing on the B string 10. So, slowly it's... One more time. And I like to add a little wiggle on that note right there every time I hit it, but that's, of course, your discretion. So, all right, the next bit, the verse. Okay, it was a little late getting to the riff that time, but pulled it off eventually. So, anyway, excuse me. All right, so the verse is built around this chord progression of A minor to D to D7 to G to E minor back to A minor again. So, you're going to hit an A minor to begin with, although a lot of times if you're at the end of this note from the opening riff, you kind of miss the A minor, you come in on the D, but whatever, whatever floats your boat there. So, A minor, D, quick change to D7, then you're going to form the top of a G chord, and you're going to hit the E, A, and D strings individually, muting them with your right hand a bit. Then you're going to fret, it's kind of a half an E minor, the D string on the second fret, and then you're going to hit the D, G, and B strings, also muting them. And you could let that B string ring out a little bit. And then land on the G string second fret. You could also land on an A minor instead of the individual note. He actually, you can hear it in the album. Probably he's got, a light guitar in the background hitting the chord, and the more prominent, almost acoustic sounding guitar hitting the note individually. So, either or, you hit that note or an E minor, but, so the next bit, the riff, that he plays right after that is a hammer from 5 to 7 on the A string. And then you land on this C power chord right here, the D and the G. So it's... then it's a pull-off from 7 to 5 on the A string. A hammer from 3 to 5 on the A string. And then you want to land on that A minor. I frequently land on just an A. I mean, I usually hit the A string open and the D string second fret. But if you can remember to land on the A minor instead, it's probably a little better for you. So, slowly it's... See, I didn't hit the A minor. next bit. Okay, so the next bit starts with a D minor, and you just hang on that D minor for a minute, and then it goes to these individual notes. He goes on the D string, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret, goes to the 8th fret and does a very quick little slide to 9. So it goes. Then you're going to form basically an A minor down here by fretting the E, B, and G strings at the 5th fret. And you're essentially going to do a walk down, a chromatic walk down the D strings starting at 7. You're going to go from 7 to 6 to 5 to 4 to 3. So, like this. Let that ring out a second, and then just like, and that leads into the next part. So slowly it's all right. Next bit. Alright, that was terrible. But I know how to play it. So, check it out. So you're going to go, let's see, you're going to be back down here on this chord, I don't know what you call it, but D string 3rd fret, and then the rest of them at the 5th. Then you're going to go to a typical rock and roll blues 1/4 type of pattern. Okay, it's, open A string and D string 2nd to 4th, back and forth. Then you're going to fret the B string and G string at the B string at the 7th fret and the G string at the 8th fret, and you're going to slide up. Then you're going to go ahead on the G string and go down from the 7th to the 5th fret. So it's going to be back to the A-based rock and roll thing. Then you're going to go and do that same rock pattern there on in the key of D, though. So you're going to go open D string, and then you're going to go G string from 2 to 4. Same pattern you used here on the A, just in D. This time, you're going to slide up 2nd B string on the 12th fret and G string on the 13th fret. And you're just going to slide up the whole thing up 1 fret and back down. So slowly the whole thing goes. That leads into a little riff here. So you go. So that is G string, 7th fret, bent up a half tone. Then it's basically a walk down the scale here. E string, 5th fret, B string, 8th fret, B string, 5th fret, G string, 7th fret, G string, 5th fret, then G string, 7th fret, bend. I'm sorry, quick bend, then back down. So G string, 7th fret, bend, G string, 7th fret, G string, 5th fret, and then you land on this A note right here, the D string, 5th fret, 7th fret. Right? So. Alright, that'll lead us to the next verse. And the next little verse starts off with a little riff, and it's a variation of the... It basically, it mimics the part. Instead of hammering from 3 to 5 on A and then landing on the A string, you're going to go 3, 5, back to 3. And then go into that bit from the verse, the G arpeggio and the E minor arpeggio. So, let me play it with the record for you. So again, real slow. All right, next bit. Alright, the next bit is basically a repeat of the same pattern I showed you in the verse. Actually, I think the rest of the song basically repeats from there. Those are pretty much all the parts. I don't think I missed anything. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. This is my first lesson. A little bit choppy this time. It'll get better going forward, I promise.